Do 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 do.
Greetings, fandom. My name is Andre, and for this video, I will be talking to you about food. I mean, it's kind of obvious that, I'm chunks, I'm thick, and the fact that I'm fat clearly means that I have this huge concern and this huge interest in food. Well, yes, there's that, but that's exactly the reason why I'm making this video, because I've just been wondering about what people do with their food and how far they can go with them. Alright? Like, there's some who tend to have very chaotic minds and try to come up with food combinations that are either great, just decent, or downright terrible. Okay? Like, there have been those combination of certain foods that didn't really get that much attention for various reasons. Well, today I'll be discussing to you about some food combinations that really should not exist. And the people who've come up with this have probably a special place in hell by now. Either because of safety reasons and uh, maybe they aren't delicious, or maybe just the thought of it is disgusting, or maybe you just don't mix those together. I will be mentioning some, and if there's some of you people who actually like the food combinations that I will be mentioning in this video, feel free to dislike the video and shit on me in the comment section if you wish. But this, I will say this, and none of you will even bother stopping me. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's talk about this one and why they do not go well together. Well, I'm not sure if there are some of you who watch Kitchen Nightmares, as in like that TV series wherein restaurant owners and food store owners have this sort of huge problem, and then they try to consult Chef Gordon Ramsay about that certain problem, and then Gordon Ramsay would like check on every part of that restaurant, and then they're going to like uh inspect everything there, as in like the food to be used, the equipments that they're using, and how they are stored, particularly at that part. Because I'll admit, I have to say, like, there are some of those people who are like very ignorant with how they store their food. They think the way that you put them in the fridge at any way possible doesn't matter. But guess what? It does! It really does. Like, what can I say here? Like, there was like this one episode where Gordon Ramsay was like looking at the refrigerator of that said restaurant, and then he was just downright disgusted to find out that like the whole refrigerator is like this combination of cooked meat and raw meat that were stored together in the same refrigerator in the same portion of that fridge. And then that made him really pissed off. And then and then he was asking the restaurant owner with regards to how long they've been doing that, how long they've been storing their food that way. And then he said quite a couple of years. Yeah, I mean that's what I heard from that episode. And then he was downright disgusted and pissed off. And he explained that putting raw meat and cooked meat together would most likely cause uh, cross contamination, considering the fact that like those were like uncleaned meat, as in like the ones that were never really touched yet, the ones that were uh, just bought straight from the market, and then they would put that there in one refrigerator along with the meat that they already cooked. Okay, and also consider the cold temperature. I mean, I may always flunk my biochemistry classes, but I know of the fact that that germs, bacteria, and some forms of viruses persist and live long in those cold temperatures. So like, yeah, uh, that would really cause some trouble. And if they're going to cook that raw meat, it's going to like end up a lot worse than the meat that was already cooked. But if you eat both of them, especially if the ones that came from the same fridge, you'd most likely have a terrible stomach right now. Like, if there are any of if there are any of those restaurants that actually do this, think about your customers. Think about the ones that eat your food, and think about the chances of them getting sick because of how stupid you store your meat inside your refrigerators. Think about that. Think about the well-being of the ones eating those. And if they get sick, you will be held accountable. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say for now. Ice cream flavors whose colors don't match. Let's talk about this one. I mean, it's kind of like well known that stores like 7-Eleven do this on a quite regular basis, wherein like they would tend to mix colors of their ice cream, and then they would make a different uh designated color to the flavor of that ice cream in order to surprise their customers. Pink chocolate, blue vanilla. Like, who would come up with this? And the ones who came up with this, why? Why would you do this? And like, why would you make this idea into reality if if like if you know those colors aren't even the proper ways to do it. Like, it's already like, it should be obvious by now. Like, chocolate should be brown, vanilla should be white, mango flavor should be light yellow, uh strawberry flavor should be either red or pink. um there are quite a lot, actually. Like, it just depends on the shade of that given color. Okay, but like using colors that are like very far from that designated flavor kind of gives you that very uncomfortable feeling. Like, you know, the ice cream that you have there is pink. All right? So the flavor that you would expect it would be strawberry. Yeah, right? Like, cuz like many strawberry flavors are like color pink as designated. But then when you take a lick of that ice cream, it turns out it's actually chocolate. And boom, your day is already ruined. Thanks to the ones who have come up with that idea. Yes, definitely. Like, I know it'll still taste the same way, but it doesn't really feel right because the color that you used is is not the appropriate one and not the designated one. Like, yeah, uh, think of how cocoa would be brown and strawberry would be light red. That's one way how you can easily determine the flavor of that certain food just by looking at the color and like, oh, like you see that it's brown. Okay, this must be chocolate. And when you lick it, it's actually lemon. It's like, what? This is this is weird. This is strange. This is violently unexpected. It's all a fraud. And a fraud is that huge thing that you're making. French fries with ice cream. Okay? Personally, there have been quite a lot of my friends who have already eaten this. Like, they would dip their French fries on their vanilla ice cream or cookies and cream or Rocky Road, those specific flavors. And when they eat it, they say, "Oh, this is kind of nice. This is actually really good." Personally, I've never really tried that one myself, but you but it probably tastes good. Yes. It would probably be really nice for your stomach to take. Yes. But just the thought of it is fucking disgusting. Like like bro, like how chaotic must your mind be in order to come up with such a combination? Like this should not even exist, you know? Like there are some really shouldn't be a thing, and just the thought of it would be really disturbing, just like this one. Like and and to one that and to the one that actually came up with this, who thought of dipping French fries into ice cream, you are sick, and I hope you know, and you should. And if no one has ever told you that you are a sick-minded fuck, I will be the one. I'll be the one to tell you. And I'll be the first one to tell you if no one hasn't yet. So yeah, French fries with ice cream. But, I should probably try that one. Maybe it does taste good. I'll probably regret it though. Okay, for this one, I will particularly exclude seafoods because it's understandable that there are some people who eat seafood with vinegar. So yeah, I'll exclude that one. For this one, I will be talking about pork, beef, chicken, yeah, those kinds of meat. Like, yeah, sure. There are some people who would add toppings to their dessert, like maybe sugar or salt, uh, hot sauce, barbecue sauce, gravy, but vinegar. I've never, I've never really had that thought that like people would genuinely eat this, but like unless that meat is spicy, yeah, I guess that kind of is reasonable for people to do eat eat that spicy piece of meat with vinegar. But a better combination is by putting that spicy meat with hot sauce. Yes, make it way spicier and burn your whole intestine with it. Yeah, might as well have that instead of making it spicy and sour at the same time, which I don't even think would go very well. But that is one of them. That is one of the things that like made me really made me really uncomfortable just by uh having the thought of like putting meat with vinegar, like those kinds of meat. Seafoods with vinegar is very reasonable. This one, I don't think that's the case. And don't say, what if the meat is spicy? Like, it would probably taste bad, you know, because like sour and spicy, like I don't think those would mix well together. But like, yeah, if you disagree with what I'm trying to say right now, feel free to dislike the video and shit on the comments there. Because chances are, I know food more than you do. My appearance and my thickness says it all. So, yeah, there's that. You're welcome. Another thing that I would like to discuss, anything that's mixed with raisins. It just makes me so pissed that people would even have the thought of putting raisins on their food. Like, don't get me wrong, raisins are from grapes, and raisins really do taste good. All right, like I've eaten a pack of raisins. Uh, I've it's either I would eat them one by one or like eat the entire bag of raisins straight up like this one. But like the thing is, they're better off on their own. Just like some introverts, okay? Like you don't mix those with anything, especially those assholes who would mix who would mix cookies and raisins, like like that moment when you think those are chocolate chip cookies that you're about to eat, and when you take the first bite, oh, it's raisins. Oh god, that was something that your stomach did not expect. And wouldn't it be a huge disappointment when people would like uh put like raisins on their fruit salad? I've tried it before. Raisins on fruit salad is another thing. Like as a kid, uh my guardians would like make fruit salad every occasion, like may it be Christmas or New Year's or my birthday. And what they really like to put there are those goddamn fucking raisins, which I personally don't like with when they're mixed with any type of food. They don't go well with any food. If you're going to eat raisins, you might as well eat it on a bag. Like you might as well just get a whole bag of raisins and eat them from there. Because that is fucking disgusting. Ugh. No. And the number one, pizza with pineapple. I mentioned this in my previous video, and yes, I'm going to mention it here again. I've eaten pizza with pineapple before, okay? I'll admit that. It tastes really nice, it tastes good. I'll admit that. But the thing is, you don't put pineapple on pizza. It doesn't fucking work that way. And I know it was like the Hawaiians that came up with this first. And like, why would you ruin such an already good cuisine? Like it was already good on its own, with the pepperoni, with the cheese, with the toppings and everything. But why would you think of putting pineapple there? Like this is something that is least expected to be placed. Like you can put a lot of those toppings, but pineapple is one of if not the most unexpected and most unprecedented things that you can put in a pizza. It does not show respect of the original work, the way Italians did it. And honestly, pineapple on pizza may taste good. Like pizza with pineapple may taste good, but I would rather eat pizza without pineapple. Because you know fucking well that was not how it was originally made. When they placed pineapple on pizza, they ruined it. It was all gone. It was dead. They ruined the essence of the food itself. So anyway, that's all I have for this video. So if there are any of you who disagree with all the things that I mentioned in this video, feel free to thumbs down, dislike the video, and say all the crappy stuff that you have to say there. I would really be glad to listen. Even though no one should. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. I will be recording more just for you guys. That's all I got.